Hi everyone, welcome back to the next diecast. In today's video, I'll be showcasing and I guess somewhat reviewing my collection of LEGO Speed Champions cars. I've gotten all the cars you see here in the past 3 years or so. I did mention that I wanted to feature some of my LEGO cars on my YouTube channel, and a lot of you said that you would look forward to seeing them, so I decided to kind of do my first LEGO car video on my Speed Champions cars. And I plan to follow this up with my collection of kind of larger scale LEGO cars that I have, and perhaps maybe my LEGO Technic vehicles as well. So again, all these here I've gotten in the past 3 years or so. And I'll just be kind of going over what I have in terms of my Speed Champions cars, what I want to get, and I guess kind of my thoughts on these series as a whole. So for some background, LEGO introduced the Speed Champions line in 2015. And prior to that, LEGO did have a series of cars called LEGO Racers. And LEGO Racers was primarily individual cars, kind of like the ones you see here. They were usually like around like 1/55th scale or so. They didn't fit like minifigures or anything like that. They had some, like racing sets and everything where you could get a bunch of cars. There was this one, I think Speed Shop set. They were mostly kind of generic, unlicensed LEGO cars. And that series lasted from 2005 until 2012. But then in 2015, LEGO brought back the Racers line and renamed it Speed Champions. And now they primarily make licensed cars that you see here, which is very cool. When they first started out, the cars were kind of the size of this Mclaren that you see here. They were 6 studs wide, and they could fit one minifigure in each car. Whereas for the current LEGO Speed Champions cars that LEGO makes, they're now 8 studs wide, and they can fit 2 minifigures in them, as you can see here. So, just an overall cool series, I would say, and I'm going to kind of go over and show you what I have in terms of the Speed Champions cars in my own collection. We are actually going to begin over here, where this is actually a mix of Speed Champions and LEGO Racers sets. This is all like my LEGO Ferrari as well, except for this one, the F8 Tributeo, that's over here. And then I do have that larger LEGO Creator F40 set that are kind of different from what I have over here. But here's my Speed Champions Ferrari F40 set. The F40 is kind of unique because in addition to the minifigure that you see here, it also came with a set or 4 different sets of rims that you can take off and put onto the car. I guess these are kind of like wheel covers because the wheels stay on and these pop off and you can switch them around. I just have the one set out in addition to the set that's on the car. And it also came with an additional hood, rear, spoiler, and headlights that you could put on. Actually, these are the exhausts. So there's this set of exhaust pipes, and I have this set that's actually already on the car. So that's my F40 set right there. But this is a 6 stud wide car. You can see here's the 4 studs on the roof, and then you got 1 stud here, 1 stud there. So 6 studs wide. Only fits this one guy. And I do have some older LEGO Racers sets. These are from, I think, 2004, 2005. I've had them since then. Actually, I've had them since, I think, 2005 or so. But here's a 1/24th scale F1 race car, which is also a pullback, too, which is kind of cool. And this one's kind of closer to 1/32nd scale. This is like a pit stop set. You have all the different crew members. Then you have the F1 car with the driver. You have the crew chief with the computer and stuff, and then you have kind of the air and other stuff and those tanks back there as well. So this is what I have out right now. And usually on this shelf I have my 1/8 scale LEGO Bugatti Chiron or my bigger creator cars, but I thought I would do something different. And in anticipation for this video and have some of my Speed Champions / Racers cars out. I do have some other LEGO Racers sets from, prior to 2012. But I have to dig them out at some point. I just thought I would feature these because I did spend a lot of time kind of redoing these and finding some missing pieces and stuff for them. And now back over here in terms of the Speed Champions cars that I have. The first Speed Champions car that I ever got actually was this Mclaren up here. This is the 720S. It comes with the driver here. Now every Speed Champions set will come with a minifigure. And that minifigure will have a hairpiece and a helmet you can, put on either or. In most of these Speed Champions cars, the minifigure will sit better with their helmet on as opposed to the hairpiece. Kind of an odd quirk, but that's just what I've found. And they all come with a wrench like this. And the wrench can be used to pop out the rims or I guess the wheel covers, and switch them out with the second set. And all these cars also comes with a second set of wheel covers to put on too. And you have some occasional, I guess, like unicorn sets, because this one actually came with the designer desk that you see here. There's actually a drawing of the 720S on here, I guess in its like concept form. Then you have two kind of gold Lego like model cars. Then you have the mug and the desk lamp and the seat here where he can sit. And all the minifigures that come with the Speed Champions cars do have kind of specially printed shirts or jackets. So you see here he has the McLaren symbol on the shirt. And she also has kind of a special like McLaren jacket. He's got the Ferrari jacket, which is kind of cool to us see. And some of the sets will come with two cars. Like for example, these two Corvettes came in the same set. You always get one minifigure per car, and of course each one will have a wrench and a hairpiece in addition to their racing helmet as well. So that's the McLaren as he falls over up here. And LEGO Speed Champions also makes these kind of 1/55th-ish scale cars that come in those plastic bags that are called poly bags. These were, I think, and these were all under $10 each. I'm not too sure if LEGO is still actively making these three or not. I got these off of Amazon, and they're still on there as of right now. And I don't know if they're going to be releasing more of these or not. And these are pretty cool sets, I think. This is the Lamborghini Huracan Trofeo. A little bit kind of generic looking, but I kind of like how these are kind of back to like the classic like Lego racers roots, where you had kind of these generic, almost cartoonish looking small scale cars in like the early to mid 2000s, which were very cool. And these do, race pretty fast on the floor. These all have kind of a generic set of wheels on them too. And of course you got the stickers and everything as well. But I think for, $7 to $8 a piece, these were not that bad. Then you have the McLaren Elva, which LEGO Speed Champions also has available in the larger scale here. I think they did a pretty spot on job with the Elva here. Again, same wheels that you saw with the Trofeo, stickers. You can't really replicate headlights on smaller cars like this unless you use stickers, so I don't really think that's a big deal. I know for some of the bigger sets, some people aren't really a fan when stickers are included, but for really tiny cars like this, you kind of have to have the stickers. And then last but not least, for the three smallest cars, we have the Aston Martin Valkyrie. I think that's how you say it. But this is actually my favorite of the three. I think LEGO did a great job for such a small scale model of kind of capturing all the details and everything. And these, in terms of build time, they did not take long at all to build. These were less than 100 pieces each. And you could probably build all three of these within like half an hour. Each of the larger scale Speed Champions cars take almost an hour with like distractions and whatnot. So I think they're pretty good in terms of like building experience and stuff too. I think they don't take too long, and they certainly don't take too short of a time as well. So here are the bigger Speed Champions cars. Again, these are 8 studs wide, approximately 1/32nd to 1/30th scale, I believe. It seems like the consensus online for minifigure scale is that they're about between 1/30 and 1/36 scale. For these actual Lego cars that minifigures can go into, they are, I think, about 1/30th scale. Maybe closer to 1/32nd, but definitely in that range thereabouts. So these were all individual sets, these 4 cars here. And these 2 Corvettes came in a set together. So right off the bat, or I guess we'll start on the end here. We have the 69 Corvette, and then the 2020 Corvette C8R, which was an actual Le Mans race car. This has the adjustable rear wing, which is kind of a cool touch. And how these cars are structured, to put the minifigures in, you just kind of take off the windshield like that. And you can see you do actually have 2 seats in there. Of course, I have his hairpiece in there. We'll take that out so you can kind of see. So 2 minifigures can kind of tightly fit into these cars. Of course, on the real Le Mans C8R, you could only fit 1 person, but this kind of basic concept is on all these Speed Champions cars. I think that's pretty cool, because in the past with Lego City sets and all that, you could only ever fit 1 minifigure per vehicle, and that was even the case for some of their trucks, like their trash truck and their tow truck and stuff. So it is cool to see with these Speed Champions cars, you have very authentic looking, licensed vehicles, and these retail for between $15 and $20 each. Most of these were actually $16 because Amazon keeps having sales on them, which is great. All these are still available except for the F8 Tributeo. I think that was retired last year. And then if you get sets with 2 cars, they're usually between $30 and $50. This one was only $30, but there's a set where it's the Ford Bronco R and the Ford GT Heritage Edition, and that one goes for $50. And that's still being made. So I guess it's because it has more pieces, it goes for more money. I don't really know. But yeah, there's kind of a basic look at the inside of these. And you do have some interior detailing. You usually get like a center console of some sort. Occasionally you will be able to put stickers with like buttons on there and stuff. And the same steering wheel is in all of these Speed Champions cars. Lego actually modified their existing steering wheel piece to kind of be a little bit bigger and kind of be more to scale with these Speed Champions cars, which is great to see. And of course you have printed on elements on the windshield. This of course has a fair bit of stickers on it because I'm pretty sure the real race car did. But as far as the 69 Corvette goes, I think did a decent job with just the overall shape and everything. Definitely a bit too blocky on the roof part. I've seen some reviews online that have said similarly, and I agree with that. But I guess it would have been kind of hard to kind of make that shape, you know, more accurate to the real car. I'm just glad that they did, you know, a classic Corvette set like this in kind of a big-ish scale. It is kind of hard to put the minifigure in here. I'm not gonna, for this you had to take off both roof pieces and also the windshield. And she has to be waving like that. I don't know why. If I put her hand down, she'll kind of push this forward. So not the best in terms of, I guess, functionality if you're looking for kind of like a play aspect and kind of fitting. Like I haven't even tried putting him in this car with her. I'm sure they would both fit, but it just seems like a tight fit in there. But in terms of like a display model, this is just, you know, super cool. This only does have 1 set of wheels though, which is just fine. Then we have the Ferrari F8 Tributeo. I got this the same time I got the F40 that we talked about, which is right over there. And then I got this, I got this after the McLaren and at the same time as the F40. And these 3 I got all around the same time, or these 5 I should say. But the F8 Tributeo looks awesome as a Lego Speed Champions car. Just to capture the overall like body lines and everything, like just great. And you do have some printing with the windshield and stuff. There are a fair bit of stickers on here, but as long as you apply them in like a straight fashion, you won't really be able to tell. This does have adjustable side mirrors too, kind of an unintentional extra detail there. But here, we'll take a look at one of the drivers of the cars. So as I said earlier, he's got the Ferrari printed shirt. And some of the minifigures do have 2 faces, like he's got this expression and that expression. I think he's the only one that I have right now that has the double-sided head or face. I don't know what you call it. But here's the interior of this. I do store the extra hairpiece and the wrench inside of most of these cars. This one does have a sticker for the center console there with all the buttons you would see on the real F8. And each dashboard is kind of different. They're kind of all like brick built with the steering wheel and everything, which is cool too, I see. But he does have the nicely printed on jacket and everything too. And his hair is kind of tall, so he only fits in the F8 with his helmet on, or without the helmet or the hair. Kind of odd, but not a big deal. And then you just kind of close up the roof like that. Pretty cool. Now for the McLaren Elva, this is pretty easy because there is no roof. You just put the minifigures on right in there. And this one has pretty cool printed seats. These are actually blue pieces with the white seat kind of painted on there. Pardon her wig and the wrench in there. And this actually has more interior detail because it is an open concept, or because it is like an open top, you know, roadster. You have the center screen there, which is a pretty cool touch. That's also brick built. And this is actually a printed piece too. I was surprised to see that when I built this car here. And this did come with 2 sets of wheels. So what Lego does a lot of times with the Speed Champions cars is that you get 1 set of 5-spoke wheels and 1 set of kind of like 8-spoke wheels. Either in the dark gray you see with the F8 or the black that you see here. But the Elva I think is one of their better ones. Just the overall shape and everything I think is captured well, like once you have built it. And then we have the Toyota Gr Supra, another really cool one. The shape of this, I think Lego really nailed when they designed like kind of the piece structure and everything. These stickers were hard to put on. There's literally 7 stickers just on the front of this. Each headlight is actually 3 stickers. Then you have the Toyota logo there, which is another sticker. You got 2 stickers here and 1 back there and everything. He's got the Toyota GR jacket, which is super cool. And this has kind of the red and black interior combo, but good deal, I think, for 16 bucks. And even for 20 bucks, these individual cars, I think, are pretty good. Because, of course, you get the car, you get the minifigure, and you have, you know, the 2 sets of wheel rims for each of the cars, too. And last but not least, we have the Koenigsegg Jesko, which is probably one of my favorites from this bunch here. Just very well detailed and everything. It's all totally like brick built too, which is just impressive. Even for these like smaller Lego car sets, like when you build them and then when you're finished, it's like, wow, this was just a bunch of pieces like, you know, half an hour ago. But yeah, for this one, they really do nail the overall look of it. And the stickers, I think, really are, you know, well done. I think they kind of enhance the appearance of these cars. Of course, with some of them, you do get actual light pieces. Like for the Ferrari F8, the taillights happen to be round on the real car. So Lego was able to make these kind of round taillights. And same thing for the Corvette as well, round taillights. And for the McLaren, you have these kind of reflective corner-shaped headlights. And these taillights are actually axe heads, but they're kind of a translucent red, which is a super cool, I think, use of, you know, Lego pieces for sure. But back to the Jesko, just overall, super cool. This part is printed on, then you got all the stickers for like the different stripes and the different badging and stuff. And these wheels are kind of a darker gunmetal gray, which are unique from this kind of black and this kind of lighter gray. And this did come with the extra set of 8-spoke wheels as well. Now to change the wheels, or to change the wheel covers, I don't know what to actually call these things, on the Speed Champions cars, you just have to pop off the wheels, use the wrench that comes with the car, and then kind of push through the hole, and then this will pop off, and then you can switch them out with the 8 spokes. The 5 spokes, I think, look better on the Jesko, so I will be keeping those on there like that. But, and then here's the driver in there too. He's got the Koenigsegg jacket, which is super cool. I think the Speed Champions sets are a pretty good deal, and I think they're a nice, you know, line as a whole for Lego. You have, you know, a fair bit of kind of current, you know, licensed supercars and whatnot. And I think for the prices that they sell these at, they are a pretty good deal. And I am glad to have a collection of them, for sure. I'm not sure which ones they'll be releasing for next year. I know that these 3 were released in 2021. Same thing with these 2, and this one was released in 2020. There's a Lotus Evija, I don't know how you pronounce that. And there's a Lamborghini Countach, and there's a James Bond Aston Martin DB5. Those 3 are new for 2022. So I guess they're done with releasing new ones for this calendar year, but I assume they'll release more in the near future. But I definitely plan on getting more of these as they come out with, you know, different cars and whatnot. So yeah, just overall, I think it was kind of fun to build all of these and just collect them. So feel free to comment down below with your thoughts on, you know, these Speed Champion sets. If you have some, and kind of like what you think about them, and maybe like what your favorite one is as well. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.